Well, I
And
want to thank this person, the no association person. Right. So, I mean, I've heard the term ADS being thrown around. For the first time, I have achieved an ADS label, Atom Derangement Syndrome. So I want to thank the people on Destiny subreddit. We do have some people over there that are defending us, that are not mischaracterizing our arguments. And obviously this person took this over there. So we're doing a little recorded video here. We're doing an update on this Brianna Wu controversy on Twitter and Reddit. Brianna Wu and I, Adam of Adam and Sitch, got in a little bit.
Adam and Stitch.
Adam and Sitch is the correct pronunciation. We're actually going to get into that. But we did a video on stream that I clipped out for everyone. And in that video, I had said some things that I think were incorrect, and I kind of want to correct the record. I had said, I believe that Brianna Wu was probably felt bad that her fans were attacking me, which I don't think that was actually correct. Because, I didn't, at the time that we recorded that video, I did not know that she had posted on Reddit. She had made a Reddit post that really got my... the tweet situation incorrect in my estimation. So we had a back and forth, just to give you the cliff notes here. She was nice enough to post a retraction, and we're just going to go through all of the various incidents. Of the timeline. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
let's go through the drama. Okay, so this started September 4th. Brianna Wu tweeted out, "I know I should be a bigger person, but seeing so many adult male gamers have a breakdown over pronouns in Starfield makes me laugh until my ponytail is all fuzzy. I don't have pronouns in my bio for a reason, but this is objectively hilarious."
Right. You can see it looks like she updated that tweet, but there's still got a little bit of a typo in there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fine. So you responded, Adam. You said, "Do you think it's fair that the campaign to cancel Gina Carano started because she refused to put pronouns in her Twitter bio? This ultimately got her fired from The Mandalorian and ended a spin-off show producers were developing for her character."
Right. So the key thing that's important is here, as I said, starting and ultimately led to her being fired. So this is the beginning of the miscommunication here.
Yes.
And she responds, "I don't think that's what happened. And source, I made it up."
Right. So everyone, so basically, Brianna and everyone in her replies, that's one of her fans, essentially, for some reason, they read your tweet and the word started and ultimately disappeared from their minds.
Right.
And they accuse you wrongly of thinking that Gina putting the beep, boop, beep thing in her Twitter bio was the specific action that led to Disney firing her, when you were saying and making the argument that that's what started the chain of events that got her fired.
Correct. Yes. Right. I know that she got fired for a meme that she posted that was portrayed as anti-Semitic. I know that was the reason that they gave for firing her.
Yes.
So, I mean, I would never say that this was the reason that she got fired, because that's not what happened.
Right. And as the official Jew of the stream, I will say I did not find Gina's tweet or comparison anti-Semitic or anything like that. I think to me, it was very clearly people just looking for an excuse to fire her because she was saying all these things they didn't like on Twitter, including the beep boop pronouns thing.
Right. So you think that played a role?
Yes.
Ben Burgess, who was actually on our stream, ended up agreeing with me after this exchange that he also believes that, yes, it was a cumulative process that the beep, bop, boop pronoun thing contributed to.
Right.
So he figured it out.
Yeah. So I read your tweet and I instantly understood what you were saying. And so I replied, this was a couple of days later because I wasn't aware of this, to Brianna. And I said, if we go back and look at Adam's original post, and the disagreement is based on a misunderstanding of what he said. Adam was saying that Gina putting the beep boop pronouns in her bio was the beginning of when people started calling for her to be canceled, not that it was the last thing that she said that was a series of comments that ended with her getting fired. by Disney. Okay.
Right. Yes. And that is completely correct. And it looks like she responded to you
She
right
said,
here.
we talked about it this morning, post incoming.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Look, I didn't
So-
know that was there.
Right.
I didn't
So
know
bu-
she responded to you.
So before we talk about the post that she's talking about, I want to point out that you, in your reaction with Brianna said, after you guys kind of went back and forth, Brianna said, "I'm not trying to be rude. I don't think trans Twitter is unhelpful enough for their own cause without making things up." She's accusing you of making things up. "And I do think we should hold ourselves to higher standards of truthfulness. Show me this happened and I will delete and publicly apologize." And you said, "I don't need or want an apology because I don't feel wronged. We just disagree on the facts."
Right. Yeah. Which, I said that I wasn't about to start digging in for screenshots and to prove this on Twitter because I'm actually, beginning my morning getting ready for work. So I'm not really
Right.
like ready to have a back and forth on Twitter for 5 hours to prove this thing that everyone knows about. I just figured other people would come in and
Sure.
explain the timeline and it would get worked out. Right.
Right.
But that kind of became a big thing too, that I was not willing to back up what I said when,
right.
I mean, I am willing to back up. Yeah. Look, I am willing to back up what I said, obviously. Okay.
Right.
I just couldn't do it at the moment.
Sure. Yeah. And again, that you didn't need to back up what you were saying because she just misunderstood what you were saying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
was, misconstruing it. And so, okay. So when you wrote that, I don't want an apology or feel wronged or anything, that was based purely off of your Twitter interaction with Brianna.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now underneath that, and someone alerted us on Twitter, someone replied to you saying, "Hey, Adam, a lot of these people are running to Destiny's community to make posts about you. Brianna Wu here has made a post in the Destiny Reddit about this tweet thread, just like Pondering did. I don't know why it has nothing to do with Destiny." And this, in my mind, kind of changed and escalated things in a way that I was very not happy or comfortable with. So, what I didn't know is that Brianna went to Destiny's subreddit for no reason. And it was her. It wasn't someone else. It was her. And she just posted the Twitter thread on Destiny's subreddit and said, "Adam from Adam and Sitch."
Look, she got your name wrong there. What happened there?
Which I don't know if that's intentional. It feels intentional. Like we've talked several times.
She's been on the show, I think, 3 times, right?
Right. So this feels intentional or something. So she says, "Adam from Adam and Sitch hallucinates firing over pronouns that never happened and asks Twitter to prove it isn't true."
Okay, so she's referencing me asking Twitter to basically the exchange was, they said, "Can you prove this?" And I'm like, well, not at the moment. I don't have screenshots in front of me, right? I'm getting ready for work, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Can you prove that it's not true what I said?" Thinking they're reading the tweet the way that I'm reading it. Someone's going to pull up a timeline and they're going to realize, oh, yes, this beep, bop, boop thing was the beginning of the escalation, right?
Right.
So, but this is interesting. Like, I don't feel like I'm hallucinating here or that I have the timeline wrong or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this really rubbed me the wrong way because it's like, what is the point? You guys are having some like Twitter disagreement, which she doesn't even understand at all. She's it's 100% her fault for misunderstanding your tweet and then not really trying to like get to the bottom of the misunderstanding. And so she decides for no reason to run to Destiny's subreddit to try to stir up a mob against you and me. What the heck's going on here? Why would you do this? I thought we were supposed to be on good terms. This is just so bad faith to me.
Well, I do thank her for actually posting a retraction, and we're going to go through that retraction. I do, like, obviously we could have, Brianna Wu and I have talked on the phone before, so she could have
Yeah.
called me, or she could have texted me, or she could have just sent me a DM and said, "Hey, I don't really know what's going on here. Maybe we could talk about this before I run to Reddit and accuse you of lying and hallucinating." Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, I'm willing to put it up to just a miscommunication and, you know, try to keep things cool. But I obviously want to go through it just so people have all the pieces together. So that's why we're making this video.
Well, I mean, it's funny because I feel like I'm more upset about it than you are, but that's fine.
Well,
it's probably better that way. It's probably better that way.
Look, miscommunications happen.
Yes.
They don't happen to me because I have this thing called like I try to assume that if there's some egregious miscommunication going on, that I'm probably missing something,
right?
And I should probably get to the bottom of it before I go blasting people. That's my take.
Especially people you're supposed to be friendly with,
right? Sometimes I do.
Like,
look, sometimes I do slip up, and Sitch has to rein me in. So
right.
I'm not completely innocent here, and she was nice enough to post a retraction. So
okay,
but I just look. It would be nice. I mean, can she take this thread down? Maybe, I don't know. Like,
it's still up. It's still up on Destiny subreddit with 800 upvotes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter if you take it down now, but
yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Sure.
Who cares?
Well, and I think the psychology, which is going on here is that, you know, she has like this weird tendency to take, you know, your comments as if it's like an attack on the entire trans community. And it's like, oh my God, Adam is like, you know, leveraging this attack against the trans community. It's the trans community's fault that Gina Carano got fired. And, you know, maybe this in her mind justifies her kind of, you know, running to Destiny's subreddit to try to pile onto you. I don't know. I really am upset by this action. My any trust I had in Brianna has been definitely shaken. For my end, I'm glad that you're on much better terms.
Well, look, I'm gonna have a cautious outlook from here on, obviously, right?
Yeah.
It takes time to build trust. This is the thing. When you start a relationship with somebody, you know, a friendship with somebody, you know, a work relationship with someone, whatever you want to call this. I mean, you usually give them the benefit of the doubt. You usually give them trust in the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then things happen and you're like, well, maybe I'm a little too trusting. So, you know, I'm cautious now, obviously, but she did, like I said, she was nice enough to write out a retraction, post a retraction. So
so I'll read her response. She said, I take intellectual honesty seriously, so I want to make an update with another side of the story for a public critique I made. Earlier this week, I was fairly annoyed at Adam Friended for seemingly claiming Gina Carano was fired from Mandalorian for refusing to put pronouns in her bio. He's my friend, but we had a fairly contentious back and forth on Twitter.
I mean, this was not contentious for me at all.
That's what I'm saying. It was all on her. That's contentious.
Yeah. Look, that's why when she was saying, you know, I'll give you an apology, I'm like, I don't need an apology. I don't feel like I've been damaged in any way, shape, or form here.
Then she
Even
says,
now, look, I don't honestly feel like I've been damaged by this Reddit thing either. Destiny's subreddit posts about us every other day. So it's like
still, which is weird.
Yeah, I know. We did a talk with him a month ago, and there was a post literally 2 hours ago. So
wow.
Okay.
She says, from my point of view, this is flatly untrue. She links an article, which we'll talk about in a second. I really should have jumped on the phone with him earlier because the key word for his understanding is the word started, which you can see in this photo. Carano's beep bop boop pronoun joke was the first contentious moment with the public that led to enough contentious moments that it led to her tweeting Holocaust analogy. Well, first of all, she got your argument wrong. You didn't say that. Okay, you didn't say that her beep boop thing led to her tweeting the Holocaust analogy. You were just saying that was like one of the things that started the snowball of people calling for her to get canceled.
I spoke to her on the phone. Obviously, I didn't record the conversation because I'm not Steven Crowder. I don't record my friends when I'm talking to them. I did make the argument that if the cancel culture mob hadn't came for her, that she might have never tweeted out the meme, which I don't know if you remember the meme situation, but the meme was it was about dehumanizing people and where it leads. And I feel like she was feeling like she was being dehumanized by a hate mob online.
Oh, I understand.
Who was misconstruing everything that she was saying.
Okay,
so
that's a good point.
This is pretty close to my
fair
argument.
enough. Yeah, I mean, you didn't put that in the tweet, right? But I understand you saying that in your conversation.
I think you can make an argument that had this relationship with Twitter not been so contentious, had she just deleted her Twitter account or just stayed away from Twitter.
Or people didn't try to cancel her for it.
Or people didn't try to cancel her. Exactly. I mean, a lot of it is how you respond. A lot of it is obviously the mob coming for you. Different people respond differently. She might have her own Star Wars TV show now. So.
No, but you're right. Because, her tweeting out the whole thing about Republicans being attacked and dehumanized was obviously, I would imagine, from her own experience. So that's a good point.
Yes.
Anyway, Brianna continues saying, I don't think this is true, but I can understand his reasoning. And frankly, I should have jumped on the phone with him to hash it out instead of blasting him on Reddit. You think? Yeah. Anyways, I accused him of intellectual dishonesty. And now that I understand his point, this was flatly unfair. I regret the error. I still don't think he's right, but I understand his reasoning. TLDR, call your friends when you get mad at them on Twitter.
I mean, this is a pretty good retraction here. She says, it was flatly unfair for her to call me intellectually dishonest. And I mean, she did not have to post this. I mean, this was difficult for her, obviously, because I mean, if you read, and we're going to read the subreddit because this made its way back over to Destiny's subreddit, which, why are we more popular on Destiny's subreddit than Destiny?
There you go. But
a lot of the people were disappointed that she made the retraction. So, I mean, obviously, I think you should take that into account, right? She knows people are not going to be happy to see this. Although she did, I mean, a lot of people did give her praise about doing this and how this is the right thing to do, which I think that's a good thing as well, because we want to be able to encourage people to do this kind of thing more often, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, and I do appreciate I don't know if you want to call it retraction, apology, update, whatever we want to call it. I mean, I do appreciate that, and this is the only reason that I haven't basically become nuclear. I mean, I would have liked something specific about, apologizing for randomly going to, in some reflection about why there was this response to go try to gin up a hate mob against us and you specifically on Destiny's subreddit for no reason.
And misspelling your name. I mean,
and for misspelling my name, which I didn't actually realize till today that she did that. So that's,
where's
that's
the retraction for that? Yeah,
exactly. So, so she went on Destiny's subreddit. Or no, she didn't go on Destiny's subreddit. Someone else posted this on Destiny's subreddit.
Okay. Yeah. So she posted this on Twitter and somebody else posted this on Destiny's subreddit. And you can see
she posted the original thing on Destiny's subreddit, but someone else posted this on the retraction on Destiny's subreddit. So Destiny's. I don't know why I'm saying that.
You think that's important?
I mean, you can take it as you will. So anyway, they posted it. They said Brianna Wu's update on the Adam Gina Carano drama, and they just posted the tweet.
Well, I want to thank this person, the no association person. Right. So, I mean, look, there's a lot of I've heard the term ADS being thrown around. For the first time, I have achieved an ADS label, Adam Derangement Syndrome. So I want to thank the people on Destiny subreddit. We do have some people over there that are defending us, that are not mischaracterizing our arguments. And obviously this person took this over there. Like a lot of times they'll post stuff that is obviously against us, but there's a million things that they could post that would completely destroy this narrative that they're running with us. But nobody ever posts that stuff.
Sure.
So anyway.
So this update got 149 upvotes. But the first comment with 169 points says, damn, Brianna is too good faith for her own good.
Right.
Wow. And then
She was 100% right, but is just feeling guilty over the ensuing pile and doesn't want to burn the bridge. So look, I this seems to be a pro Brianna Wu comment, but really it's calling Brianna Wu a liar.
Right.
So really? Really? You think she...
Wait, how is it? It's not calling her a liar. What do you mean?
Yes,
saying
it
that
is.
She's right. Oh, you're saying that she's lying by...
lying.
I see. She's lying by even putting the statement out.
Right, yeah.
Right, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that is what they're saying. They're calling her a liar. That's true.
And she's saying that she's basically lying to us just to basically dupe us.
Right.
Which, okay. Like, if that's the way you feel about Brianna Wu, it's like...
The comment under that is quite ironic. It says, just burn it, referring to the bridge between us, I guess. They are both so effing mind-numbingly bad faith. The fact that Adam went so hard on the fact that you went so hard, right? So hard on the fact that she was fired over a pronoun in her bio is just peak effing stupid. It's as bad as Sam Cedar not reading Jesse's article. Can you imagine?
Look, did I go hard on this? I mean...
I like comparing that to the Sam Cedar attacking Jesse while not even going to read his article, saying that he doesn't even aware of his work or anything, not letting Jesse like say a word in edgewise in that conversation. Like, some of these people are just brain damagedly insane.
Well, if you want to, Brianna Wu is in the position where she didn't understand what I was saying.
That's fine.
I'm in the Jesse position here.
Right.
So
exactly. And that's the thing. I don't, there's a lot of Twitter interactions and a lot of even in, verbal interactions where people say things and they misunderstand each other and they get angry at each other. And that, I don't give a lot of, penalty for that as long as there's an acknowledgement of the misunderstanding afterwards.
Here.
Right. It's just the whole running away to Reddit thing. It's just.
Right.
That was a step to me too far. So.
Right. Well, look, I don't think it's going to happen again, obviously, because why would it? Well, I guess maybe it would happen again if there's some kind of falling out. But I don't think that falling out will come from some kind of miscommunication, at least, right?
Right.
It'll be a genuine falling out. So, but there it is. There's the entire timeline. Leave comments and tell us what your thoughts are on the subject. Hopefully, I just wanted a video that had everything in one place. A lot of people seem to be misconstruing what exactly happened here. So do you want to say any final thoughts before we end the video?
I've said all that I've said.
Okay. So Brianna, that retraction over the Stitch thing was super cool.
There you go.
Now, look, I'm joking. That's totally soy. I would never ask for something like that. So we'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Hi, you just listened to a clip from the Sitch and Adams show. If you like what you heard, you can listen to our live show right here on this channel on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want, you can super chat us. We read $20 and up super chats on the show and then do a follow-up stream on the following Tuesday where we read the rest of the unread super chats and interact with fans of the show. Subscribe to this channel right here to listen to the live show or to listen to more of our awesome clips.